All right, welcome to part two. Dinner hasn't served. Mindy has been out. She didn't want to come outside with me, the puppy. And that's fine. I understand. So I come out here. So what we're gonna do? We're gonna finish wiring up the alternator and then the fan, and we'll just keep going down the line and back until we maybe we'll try to fire it up. Try to put the fan relay in and try to put that in yet. I need a temperature switch for it, and I'm not sure where I can get one of them yet, so I have to figure that out. Let's see here. What do we got to do? Well, now the black and red one, I got that coming from the field from the alternator. The white one is the alternator power wire from the ignition switch, also known as the exciter wire. So now the blue one here on the thing has to be hooked up to the red one and to the white one, and then the black and the green hooked together. So let's get this all done. Get this all wired up. So now all I do is I shrink wrap all my wires together really tight. And let me tell you, some people might disagree with me. I've never had a problem with them yet. Not yet. Okay, so the green wire off the pigtail off the voltage regulator, that'll just connect to the black one that comes from the field wire on the alternator. So we'll connect them two together. Wrap them up good and tight, really tight. Like this. Like that. So nice and tight. Wrap it around once. And we slide our shrink wrap down to it. Cover that up really swell. Then we'll shrink wrap and then we'll heat it up. Okay. So now it's the green wire, the black wire that goes to the field. Now we gotta now the blue wire, which is on the point. I call it the arrow. You know the pigtail's like an arrow. This would be on the point, the blue one. And it goes to the red field wire. Wrap that up good and tight. Then we got to hook our alternator exciter wire to that set of wires as well. But let's see. First, we need to shave that off. This one will go a little longer with it, so we can wrap it twice around there. Okay. Okay. Then what we got to do is find the right size wire covering for that. I wonder. What I might do is do a two-step on it. In other words, I use so it's good and tight, good and tight. So what we'll do is we'll put the larger sheathing on the 2-wire side. Well, if that's too long. Maybe that's a little too long. Okay. Let's shorten that just by a half an inch or so. Okay. If you tape your wires and you don't solder them, then you're going to ask for trouble. I'll warn you about that right now. Secret to a good connection is good and tight and airtight. And try to keep them. If you keep them airtight, they could go through water, you know. So that's the biggest thing. Okay, well, first of all, it's going to be right. Okay. And later on, I run a volt gauge, so I don't need amps, just volts. Okay, so then we'll slide that back down that way. We'll slide this one back down this way. We'll heat the sucker up good and tight. Okay. Now we let that sit there and harden up because it's very soft right now. And we'll continue on with the big positive wire that comes off the big post right here. We're going to run that across and we're going to take it over to the relay. Okay. Let's see, what's the best way to do this? See, it's going to carry that way. Okay. Okay. Always find the best possible wheat. See. I should have. Now these new ones don't have that metal clip on there, so then what I do is I run a zip tie. I'll do that here in a little while, but first we want to kind of try to finish this up, sort of. Let's see. I just want to put another piece of tape kind of between everything here. A little bit of an insurance policy there. There we go. That looks good. Then let's tape this up. We'll zip tie it up. See now here. Okay. Just pull that down a little bit, maybe. No, I can't. Okay. I've had that charging pigtail come off on me, and so that's why I put a little zip tie on there. I don't know why the new pigtails do not come with that. I can't answer that. To me, I think it's dumb that it doesn't. Okay. Okay, looks like we got her black taped up. I wonder if I could just cut a little bit of this off and make it go into there. Wire's so heavy, it keeps pulling on everything. Let's just throw it over there. One there. Well, can't be that hard to do, can it? There. There. So maybe just tape that up for the heck of it, huh? More tape again. More tape, more tape, more tape, more tape. I remember that wire's gonna be ran underneath, don't it? Well, what is going on here? Gonna do it again, huh? No, take some of that off. That's that. Now we need some quarter-inch covering for this one, don't we? Let's see this stuff really got left. Wish I could hide that wire better than that. Runs up from the alternator. Some people mount the regulator down there close to the alternator, but the problem is the heat gets to it. That's why this is actually a factory mounting location, so the wheel kicks up stuff and keeps it cool. I don't like that close to the hood. Wish it was down like a half an inch, but must be reasoning for it, I suppose. I don't know. I'm putting this covering on the full length of the wire. Normally I would wrap the wire again with some black tape, but just to give it another layer of protection. Come on. Almost there. You can do it. Okay. Let's tape this all together here quick. And we'll start running her down the thing here. I think my tape job could be better. Some people can tape stuff up so smooth. I got big hands, and then I don't know. Okay, there's that. I'll run this down to here. Just keep going here until we. That's the fan one. Okay. One's supposed to be in there. And then this one's supposed to be in there. Yeah, let's pull these vacuum hoses out for now. Huh. Wire has its mind of its own. Huh, that sucks. Now we'll plug this in. I haven't been talking too much. I've been so busy keeping my mind on the prize here and getting this done. Here, let's do this. Let's go up and over. Okay, it looks like we could use another zipper tie. Run this one down. Through that hole. Should I zip tie it to the steel gas line? Probably not. I would assume. Yeah, I think that'll work. Okay. Looks neater anyway, but it doesn't look the best. No, I can see that already. It don't look the best, but I don't know what else I can do to make it look better. Rip it back out and it'll look better. Okay, I'm gonna put a in there. Now the fan one. Put a female spade on here. I think that's what we'll just do. Just put a female spade on it. Yeah. I was gonna go through the old wiring and then pull that clip off, but nah. We'll just do a female spade. I wonder if I should hang it. Let's just make it a little longer than the heck with it. Moving right along. Oh, wait, it's gonna be a spade, not wrap around. We don't have to make it that big. Okay. I think I'll just run a piece of tape around it so it's accessible. It's accessible. See, let me grab a spade. Do I have one? Plenty of meal ones. Oh no, man. Oh, they're way up here. Okay. Test fit it first. See if it works. Can't see nothing. Well, maybe it won't. Yeah, well. Yep, it works. Okay, we'll shrink wrap this, crimp this onto here. I wonder if I need a. Wonder if I can get by with a blue one. I'm gonna see if I got a blue one. It's a blue meal. Oh shoot, I don't have any blue. Yeah, okay. How about in that other package? I gotta look, guys, here. I got to look. Where's the other one? Those two, don't I? Well. My golly, what did I do with them? Hang on, guys. I'm looking for something here. I'm looking for another pack of. Oh, they're right in front of my face here. Wow, I have none. Okay, I gotta use the yellow one, I guess. Blue one would have been just sufficient, so. Okay. I guess we're gonna use this one. Okay, so I'd like to use a blue one. I can get a tighter connection on there. That's always that way. Let's get the other wire crimper out here. Am I pulling it out of there, or am I actually crimping it? Okay. Do some inspection. Something's loose. When are they gonna make an actual wire crimper that does the job? Dang it. Now it's tight. One more time, baby. One more time. Well, if I ever have problems with the heater, check for power here. Yeah, it's definitely crimped, but it's curved a little. But it is definitely done. Now, before I can grab that and push that in there so I don't burn my thumb, I don't want to burn my thumb. I can finish running the big positive wire to the relay and hook that up there. That way, then there's a connection. Should I cover these up or shouldn't I not? I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know. Wow. I can't believe what one connection is doing to me. I have to get a light on there. I can't see nothing. I'm plugging it in next to it. Oh, I got the wire that deep, huh? Yeah. There we go. There it goes. Just had to get mad. Now, wish I could shrink wrap the inside of it now. I think we'll just let it hang, huh? Maybe zip tie it to the other wires. Yeah, why don't we do that? We'll zip tie that. The ground has to be bolted to the windshield wiper motor over there yet. The other wire is the ground. That's just exposed, and besides, if something cuts into that, that's just exposed, so it's not gonna hurt nothing. Let's get some zip ties out. We'll zip tie this one to this. Zip tie that together so it looks better in there. We'll just work our way across until we finally got something going good here. Vacuum hoses, I gotta wait, and there's a vacuum canister that sits right in this hole, so I see already this is in the way. But maybe I can work with that yet. Maybe I can, I still gotta, I gotta do that, otherwise I'll forget it. We need vacuum. No, we don't need vacuum. We need zip ties, baby. We need some zippy ties. Zippy tie AIAs. God, I can't believe how I can mess up my shop and then I gotta clean it again. Okay, first, let's work our way down the line. This is all good. This has been fastened. What I want to do, I want to fasten this plug on. Maybe I'm doing it too early, but oh well. I am. Like Popeye would say, I am what I am. Well, Where are we going here? Jesus. You ring? Oh, never mind. Okay, so we got a zip tie to there. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Part's done. Okay. We're good to there. We're good to there. Okay, we want to put one here for neatness. Post a couple of these things down here we don't need up here. I'm not gonna fasten it. It'd be so convenient right now to fasten it to that fuel line. But if these would start on fire, I don't want them. It's a steel line, so it's not aluminum or something like that. But I just want them separate. Okay, they're gonna rub on there anyway, ain't they? Yeah, maybe not. I don't know. Okay, so good to there. And we'll zip tie these up. See how we're gonna do that. They kind of look neat in a way. I want one right there. Okay. We're getting somewhere. But as you can see, it's always slow going. You want to take your time. Make sure that they're right. Okay. Alright. Gotta throw my garbage away right away. Okay, so we're good to there. So the alternator's wired up, the blower motor's wired up. Now I gotta shoot across, run the red positive wire. That's to the relay. We gotta run through the harness here. I'm wondering if I should do a little zip tie in here yet. Maybe I should, huh? That's starting to look actually kind of nice compared to what it looked like anyway before. Yeah, I think that's what I should do. We're up to that point anyway. Yeah, I'm gonna put a zip tie right there, I think. go all the way around everything. And there should. Yeah, I'm gonna go around everything there. Oh boy, this is gonna be a tough one. Drowning in there. I always cover that choke cable with 1/4 inch vibration material too, by the way. So that'll be done here too. Looks sort of neat. Vibration. Just clip that off right away. Now when that's done. Okay. Okay. Wow. You guys been watching nothing lately. Thanks to me. Well, let's go over here maybe, huh? Coming around the backside of the motor. We'll be coming around the backside of the motor. We'll be coming around the backside of the motor. We'll get some wiring done. We'll get that wiring completed. Now we got a lot of connections here. We got brake light switch. We got 4. I got these wires on these 4. The blue, the green, the red, the brown. Has to be connected to the blue, the green, the red, and the brown on this one. I want to use spade connectors here. I wish I had a 4-point connector right now. That'd be so nice. That would be so nice. But it'd be so easy though, wouldn't it? I'm gonna look once here. I'm gonna pause this for a second. Okay, we're gonna hook this up to the starter, the big post on the relay. This is the big positive wire that comes from the alternator. Now I got a fuse on this wire, but it's over there. Alternator goes to heck on this thing. It'll blow that fuse hopefully, and then I got a main fuse on the wire that goes from the battery to relay. There's 2 places this car will get power from if it's on fire. You know, it's going to be from the battery or from the alternator, because it can run off the alternator if the battery's shot. You know, so what we got to do is we got to disconnect both power sources. So we got a fuse here. We got a fuse over there on this big positive wire. So it should break the connection somewhere and cause the, you know, if there's electrical failure, to cause it from burning to the ground anyway, hopefully. That's most of the time. Then the main power lead that goes into the car, well, obviously that would reflect back to the one of these breakers or both of them. You know, one might pop first and the other one, well, the other one wouldn't pop because it's not, if the alternator ain't turning, it ain't creating no power. It doesn't have any power to create the field with the regulator. It should stop anything from happening. It's DC current, so it's direct current, so I would think. Okay, so now I wish I could have put this end on in the vise. Oh, as I use a vice grip too. But let's see once. Let's try something different once. I don't know if this will work, but probably won't. But no, I don't have enough pressure. Can't do it that way. Okay, let's try. I'm gonna have to grab a vice grip, I think. I should grab some shrink wrap too. I can shrink wrap. Almost tripped. I'll make sure I shrink wrap that. Put some shrink wrap on there. Want this sealed. It's air and moisture that's the enemy. And, first of all, to a connection. The other enemy is if you don't have the connection tight. So let's grab some shrink wrap. Cut a little piece of that. Okay, let's see. What are we gonna use on there? What would be sufficient? Would it be this piece? Or would this not go over that? Okay, I'll go over the wire, no problem. We'll go over the connector. It might. I like to have it, sealed up nice. Well, we're gonna just take our chances and pray that this will work. Because once the connector is crimped on there, I can't take it off to put shrink wrap. Well, I can go over it, I guess. Let's peel back some of this right here. Let's slide that down. Yeah, it's definitely starting to look complicated. Let's try to pinch it same flat. This is the. I got this all wrong. Yeah. How am I going to hold this without? I gotta loosen this up and just keep tightening it up as I go. Yeah. Clamp a little bit more. Yeah. A little bit more. That's a little loose. That I think is going to pose me problems later. I'm a little skittish about this connection right now. When in doubt, yeah, it's tight now. Why is that sucker tight? Holy cow. On this side for a minute. I don't have that big crimper tool. One of these days, if I ever make any money, then I'll buy something like that. But this will work good as long as I can seal her up. Oh yeah, she's tight. She's tight, baby. She is tight, and I don't need this light over here just blaring away. Okay. Oh, well, let's see if our shrink wrap will fit, which it probably won't. I can almost bet on it. Ah, baby, you're like right there. Ah, yes. Yes. Yes, baby. I am happy, man. Call me happy, man. Oh, look at that tight connector. Man, that turned out nice. Maybe a little bit back here, maybe. Yeah. Beautiful. That turned out just absolutely sweet. Sweet. All right. I should put a piece of tape across that just for the heck of it, huh? Just looks like it could use one. Now we'll keep the sheathing up there. It won't pull back. Through time, sometimes that plastic sheathing, that actually shrinks a little bit. It's good in one way and bad in another. Okay. Come on now. Be good to me. We'll go one more revolution here this way. Ah, yes. Look at that. Looks just gorgeous. Now, make the final connection and then the alternator circuit is done. Come on now. Okay, I wonder. Let's put the two big ones together. And the power for the rest of the car right there. Then the stainless steel washer. We have to run another power on this for the relays yet for the electric fans. I'm not sure how I'm going to wire them in yet. And I suppose we better tighten that up so I don't forget. You always want to And if I need to run a wire to it, I'll just loosen it up. Then I know it was tight, you know. As soon as I find my tools, I took that ratchet out with the 7/16 on it. Where did I lay it now? I might have to stop and clean again. Well, I think that's in the car. I think it's in the car because I used it to tighten up the fuse box, didn't I? Now don't reef on it. Use one hand and just twist it. There you go. Okay. The alternator circuit is officially done. The fan for the heater is done. Now we have the reverse light wire to run yet, don't we? Got a lot of wiring to do just in this little area. What should we work on next? All we gotta do is connect the same color here to the same color of this. God, I wonder if I should just shrink wrap that all together. But then if I gotta take this out, I gotta cut the wires. Yeah. Let's just use spade connectors, the shrink wrap spade connectors on it. That's what we'll do, and then we'll just wrap the whole thing up in black tape and put a new cover on it and do the thing and call her even. Okay, so this wire is ran like that. This one has to be run underneath the choke wire, don't it? Boy, I tell you, wiring takes a long time, guys. I mean, I'm going to have 3, 4, 5 days in this car before I'm done wiring. This is like my third day or something in the car already. But I haven't been working on it, 100% hard. Okay, we can take this marker off, I think. And when I ran these wires, I made this harness here for the windshield wiper. Because it's a 3-speed wiper. I made sure I used the same color wires. I could just make the connectors. All I gotta do is connect the same wire to the same wire for the speed of the wiper. Throw my garbage away again. I think we'll spade connect them and then might as well. Let's do that. Okay, where do we start? Well, let's start by stripping 8 wires. What are we up to here? We're up to an hour already again? Jesus Christmas. I'm going to bore you guys to death. So it's very simple. It's just a lot of double everything here. Oops, I thought I had that one stripped. Oops. Well, anyway, I try to throw everything to the front of the car on the floor, nothing else. Okay, there's those 4. Now I got these 4. Why? Pump must. That looks like 16 gauge wire. I used. Yeah, I used 14. I think coming out. Thinking I needed that. Oops, that went inside the hood. I wish I had one of those quick 4 connector things, but I don't. I do for the small, really small wire, like for ATVs. I got a whole box of them, but nothing this size. I might have got by with it, but that's the big word, might have. In my world, I want to make sure of. I use make sure of, not might have. And I stripped them way long, thinking I was all of them. Now I could. I'd have to cut them anyway, wouldn't I? So what do I do? I got the spade connector sitting right here right now. You know, I'm gonna shrink wrap them. Screw it. I just made up my mind. I'm gonna shrink wrap them. If the pump goes to heck, I can just cut the wires off and redo them. I can save all my connectors for something more important. Let's just shrink wrap the heck out of them. I don't know. I don't know if that's right either. I don't know. I don't know. Got them all stripped for that. I can just screw it, Dale. Just do it that way. No, it's blue to blue, right? It's red to red, brown to brown. It should be. Okay, that's only green and blue. Okay, there we go. It's tight. Ugh. For no regrets later. Yeah, I don't know if this is gonna be the right thing to do, but I'm just doing it. It's my car. Okay, is that blue to blue? Green to green. Okay, there we go. Okay. This is probably a better connection anyway. They're tight. Yeah, it's one. 1 out of 4. Let's go some black stuff. Let's go brown to brown. Remember, tight. Even if you pull yourself. Tight connection. Okay. It's super tight. And let's go to red to red, huh? Nice one. I've wired, help people unwire things that people wired up before. One color, one solid color. I'm sure you guys probably seen that. One guy helped me, or one guy helped me. I should say I helped that guy one time. He bought a car. It was an old Vega, and then he had it all wired one color, and he had a wiring issue. He said, Dale, Dale, I need your help. I said, for what? He says, I got a wiring short, and I don't know who wired this thing. And I said, no way. Come on now. Come on. You can make her. Come on, a little bit more. There we go. Well, pretty soon the windshield wipers will be wired out here anyway, not inside there yet. These wires directly go to the switch on a Mopar. And there'll be a wire comes off the fuse box. It'll go to that switch. It should say wiper. And how can I get to that one? That side anyway. Yeah, got it. One more to go. Then we'll wire it all together. Should have had a connector on it though. Should have. Okay. Some people fray the ends so the wires kind of intertwine one another, which is probably even a good connection, but only problem with that is if you got a bigger spot to do that. Uh-uh. I didn't. All right, there. There. So, inspection. Blue to blue, green to green, red to red, brown to brown. Okay, it's all done. Now, when this stuff hardens up, it hardens up, man. So let's let that harden up a minute, and then we'll run black tape. We'll do this connection. Then we'll throw some wire covering on there, tape that up, and we'll call that done. I should do something about that. Well, let's do we'll do the reverse light wiring last. The reverse light switch down at the transmission. So you got power that comes out. I got to run a power wire out yet. It runs down through the switch. Switch breaks the connection, the wire, and then then a wire comes up, and it tees into this wire, which is your indicator up on the dash, the reverse light indicator. Why they ran it out here, I really don't know. But anyway, it was an option, on a manual transmission, and then they always came with reverse lights on the dash. So I got to tee into this, Then I got to run the wire in. So I got to run a power wire out and a wire in. Then it'll go to the reverse light wire that goes to the back. And then the other wire will go to the one that comes out of the fuse box that says reverse lights on it. So, okay, we're cool enough here yet? Oh, yeah. Oh, they're cold already. Okay, let's run some tape on that rig. Get that covered. Get them put away. And then we can... I like to hook up the horn wire. I like to hook up the brake light switch wires here. And go after them reverse lights. I got the wire hanging here for the electric tram, the horn, the brake light switch wiring. So I'd really like to hook that stuff up. That other stuff. This stuff I can't. Well, I can. Just I gotta... Yeah, I know I should have put connectors on there. I'm gonna hear it already. I'll just cut this wire longer, and then I'll get a connector for it. And I'll just have it here in my electrical box. So if the windshield wiper, you can't even get a windshield wiper motor, I don't think, for this anyway. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to pull this off. I'm going to make that curl again. Eh? No. That together there. Okay, that's for the washer. Windshield wiper washer. It'll sit here. That's what this is for. So let's get some wire covering. We'll cover this all the way to the fuse box, all the way to the thing there. What do we got to have? 3/8 wire covering, right, guys? It's a little bigger than that here. There's a piece of 3/8 I stepped on. I shouldn't even use it. I look like crap. That's enough. Let's see. Oh, that's right. There's a flat wire. Interesting. Must be on there. Oh, oh my God, is this going to be perfect? Oh, well. Oh, I'm going to just trim a little bit off of it. Scissors. Okay, now I need to tape this all up again. And the windshield wipers out here hooked up. Oh, I might have to sit down and just take a 5 minute or let's get this taped up that way. We can start the new circuits again. We'll maybe do the brake light harness right here. The pressure switch turns the brake lights on. I got a wire coming in through the dash, and I got one going back because that's the switch. Sometimes that can be a little confusing to wire up the brake light switch. In this car, it's a little confusing, but I got a GM street rod column in there. See, I would have used the old harness, and maybe I could have, you know. But the problem that I was having with it was that the mice peed on it. This car was just full of mice. It was parked on the edge of a woods, so they uh, they made a nice home out of it. So it even rusted out the bottom of the dash, you know. But the guy was parting it out, and because he had several other dusters, and I decided I was going to try to save it. Can't stand seeing these Mopars sitting still because they don't make these anymore, you know. Even if I seen a old Camaro or a Nova or Chevelle or Mustang or geez, otherwise I got to let the right guy know about hey what I seen, you know. If I'm not into that, you know, maybe he'll save it. Or sometimes you got to part them out to save other cars, you know. So one car might save 50 cars. So, so yeah, so you do what you got to do, you know. This car actually should have been restored because it was kind of it was a fully decked duster. I mean, even has two option tags on it. Even had the moonroof. The moonroof I had to take out. That was all rusted out. Somebody ripped the vinyl top off and never primed it. So then it wrecked the top. Unfortunately. Oh, can I tuck these in here nicely? Should have ran them underneath. What's that wire for? Well, I did run wiring out here. Reverse power to switch to reverse light. I did run wires out here. Oh my god, I forgot about that. I see that here now. Call me happy boy. I am extremely happy right now that I did that. That ain't gonna be able to run in there. I'll have to zip tie it or something. Boy, oh boy, look at that wiring mess. This looks like a mess actually. And this is the washer one again. Oh well, then maybe we'll wire them up next. We'll take some zip ties and we'll tighten these up and make them look a little better. You know, that's what we'll have to do. Okay, what's next? Windshield wipers done. Okay. Let's run this under here. Gonna complete this. There's some shootings. Yeah. Now I'm gonna zip tie this stuff to make it look a little better. It'll look a little better. Pull these shavings out of here before they fall somewhere else. Okay. So what should we do about the reverse lights? Okay. So here's the wiring for them. There's a switch that goes on. These go down to the tranny, one does, and one returns. It's the switch. They activate them when you put it in reverse. This is the indicator on the dash. These are the wires that go in there. Oh, I can't believe I put them in. Thought I was going to have to run them yet. How did I do that? I ran them in this separate hole. Okay, go in this other hole. See, that's the problem. When you wire something, like I'll forget, you know. I write, you should see that. I write everything down. I'm just going crazy here. So I think I'm going to take a break here, guys. And then we're going to go after the reverse wires here. That way we're done in this area. Then we can just wire these in, wire the horn in. Let's see, what do we got? What's three here? That's horn, engine fan, and brake and windshield. Okay, I can't do anything there. Could maybe wire in a relay for the fan. I couldn't wire in the horns. I got the horns all mounted. It's all under there. All I got to basically do is put a spade on it. These here, these two, they go to my pressure switch here for the. So that's where they hook to. So yeah, so it's just the reverse ones over here. You know, they're not hard. It's just working in an area I'm leaning and reaching. Here I can work in front of me. Over there I gotta reach. I need a break. I need a Kit Kat break. All right, welcome back. Oh, wait. Let's see if this is too close. Okay, so we're hooking up our reverse light indicator and our reverse light. It goes to the reverse lights. and the switch. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna put some spades on this one. So we're gonna put a male on this one. I'm gonna use a vice grip to. I think the vice grip does a better job of crimping. Hey, truth. Some other ones I got just want to jump it. The vice grip seems like it wants to. Boy, I have to say that does a better job than the crimper does. Okay, now let's shrink that. These are shrink connectors. Come on, stay out of the way. Yeah, let that cool a minute. Brown one runs into the dash, and that'll run to the reverse lights in the back of the car. And this one here comes up from the switch to power. So it's switched on tranny, and it comes up. Then it runs to the back of the car, but also I plug it into this one for the indicator. So I figure I'll just plug it right into there, hopefully. Let's see, we can pull that tape off too then right away, get rid of that. Can't wait till I can zip tie these wires together nice and tight. That way it'll really clean it up. Okay. Ugh. Okay, so there's our connector. I'll tape this up. I should have. I wonder if I could shrink wrap this. Run shrink wrap around this thing. Well, I got tape it anyway, so I might as well just tape the whole frickin' works. Now, this one will go down. This is the power that comes out of the firewall. Connects to this one. This one goes down through the switch, turns the lights on and off. The power would come up here then, and then run to the dash and run to the tail lights. So let's get this stripped and some connectors put on there right away. Well, I guess that's staying on there, yes. So let's strip it. Okay, this one I'm gonna have to shrink wrap. Can't believe that's all I use for a gauge of wire for reverse lights. Oh, that's crazy. I think I'm gonna have to shrink wrap this connector. Um, well, I'll see once if I got those push connectors. 'Cause that way then they can stay the difference. Yeah, maybe I can run them yet. I'll look once. Otherwise I'll have to shrink wrap them together. I'm just doing whatever I can to make sure my connections are good, you know? Well, you know what? I got a butt connector. No, that's yeah. We're gonna butt connect that one together. That way we know what the differences are. The reverse lights sometimes don't work. And I gotta test the switches and stuff. Let's just say, switches can go out. Yeah, let's butt connect this together if we can. Maybe I should just shrink wrap it together. This is shrink wrap butt connector here, you know? I'm starting to think I like my other idea. Because this unclips. We're going to just shrink wrap them together. What's the difference? You got to cut it out anyway, right? Personally, I think this is a better connector anyway. Let's grab some shrink wrap. Oh, I set it way over here. Okay. Let's just shrink wrap that. That'll be just as good. Now, don't fall now. Okay. Yeah, I like this idea better. I trust shrink wrapping more than butt connectors, especially when they're just crimp them together. And if you crimp them together, if you use shrink wrap, or if you use just standard butt connectors and you crimp them to crimp the wires in there, slide a piece of shrink wrap on the wire before you do it, and then you can shrink wrap that tight. And then butt connectors, that'll hold a lot longer than just having the wires butt connected together. Trust me. I just know this is true. I don't consider myself an expert at auto wiring, but I've took a lot of advice from other people, and I've learned a lot of things on my own. That's how we all learn, right? From each other. Some people are afraid to admit that, but I'm not. I learned stuff from other people. Everybody be lying. Oh, no. Just ran out of gas. I gotta go fill this thing now, don't I? Yeah, I'll be back. I am back. Gotta go fill up my lighter here. Been using it so much that we've been with the red stuff on there. See later on, and I know this. I'm knowing this. This is the power wire. It's got the red shrink wrap on it. Obviously, here, if this wasn't here, then you could tell. But with this here too, you can also tell. Still wonder if I should shrink wrap that connector. No, I'm not going to do that. Just tape it together. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'll do. Okay. Here. Let's see. Can I unplug this real quick? It's stuck in there now. Okay. Unplug that so I can run this underneath here. Let's get this tape off here now. Oops. Pull the tape off. Okay. Okay. So that'll go into there. This will get plugged into there. Like that. And then I'm wondering about this. Okay, I was just going to tape that with me. Pull this back a little bit. We'll tape this all up. Okay, that's when the tape starts. Tape that all up, and then we can be done with the reverse lights. And the transmission switch is all wired up except for what's under the dash. Okay, so how do we want to wire? Let's see, that can be wired. Trim that down maybe before I did that, huh? Yeah. So unplug it here. Bring it around. There we go. Snap that in there again. Oh, you didn't bring trolley out. No. What do we do here? Trying to make this look good here. Guess let's tape it up like this, I suppose, huh? Okay. That's what we'll do. No, wait a minute. I don't know if I'll do it that way. Or do I want to do it this way? Got a better idea. Put these connectors side by side, maybe. God, I could have cut some of that out of there, couldn't I? Golly. Let's do it this way. Just like this. Where's the tape now? I'm gonna let go of that. Had it all figured out here. Where's the tape? Where'd it go? Oh. Here's what I want to do. We'll start right here. I'm gonna tape this connector together right away. Nice and tight. Just like that. Let's go on more revolution. And I'll bring this up here like this. Yeah. Trying to make this look as nice as I can here. Trying anyway. Is it gonna work? Probably not. So I got way too much wire. I should have cut some of that out of there. Let's just wrap it up. Wrap it up and see what we got here. This one out, I guess. It's the way they had it from the factory. Just gotta keep going. Man, I can't wait to get this done. Okay. Came up to that existing tape. Okay. Let's put this wire covering back on it. Kim. It lets us. How far up can I go with it? Right there. Let's cut it off. Like that. Down, push it on. Okay. We just need a piece for this. Let's get some 3/8. We'll go right over that and all the way through this connector. Maybe it'll go over the top of. And then we got uh, uh, here, maybe here's a piece. I know. Maybe I should have went the other way first. I like to turn it and face it down because then you don't see it. And plus the moisture, if the moisture gets in it, it comes out of it. You know. Okay, so there they are. Come on, baby. You're good for me. Fuzz on there. Horrible. Look at how that's gotta come that way. I don't want it that way. I want it this other way. There we go. Got it already. Better, but it still sucks though. Okay. Let's do a little bit of zip tying. We got it up to this point. Let's zip tie this. Can we do anything here? Over here. Let's grab 2 zip ties. That'll get us to that point. Okay, so the reverse lights are wired up and the transmission switch is wired in, you could see. Got it already. Yeah. Do something here. Yeah, probably not. Here's all we could though. That'll look better. God, I just can't believe the wires. That person's got to run. This has got to run that, and that's got to run that, and that's got to run that. Okay. Choke cable, I should have wire covering on that too, so don't rub nothing. Right now it's gonna rub on that hose. I should have reran it actually, no. I should just rerun it. Man, what a job. Okay. Come on. It's done. Okay, so basically, one, two more zip ties. Trying to clean it up a little bit, what I'm seeing. Okay. Oh, what did I need these? I need one right here. That off. Yeah. I need one. One around here, maybe, huh? There we go. I capture all three of them. So, okay. We'll do about this. I think we should put one on here yet. Okay. We're getting there. Working our way out. We'll wire up the brake light switch here quick. I think I'm going to put some covering on that cable quick. There we go. Get some of this junk off of here. I'm not getting too much junk here. I gotta stop for a minute and just pick up a few pieces of junk here. Get too much stuff here and then you can't do nothing. Just stop for a minute and pick a few things up. Then you can move forward again. Okay. Okay, so we got that zip tied, Let's get the brake light switch wired up. I hope I can still adjust my valve here. Let's see. Let's run this up this way. That is so amazing. Just gets caught on there and rips the whole tape right off of there. But at least I know what it's for. I try to run the proper colors too all the time. Try anyway. No guarantees, but I try. Let's go into that. I don't know if we should even go underneath that one, maybe. Okay. That could all be zip tied together. That'll look pretty. God, it looks starting to look like crap. There's too many wires. But what do? Start ripping wires out of the car and just leave it sit in the garage? Let's so it looks prettier. Let's put some wire covering on that choke cable. Look at some 1/4 inch stuff here. We'll blend it right into the rest of the mess. And it helps preserve it. Oh, it looks like a wire. And if it vibrates on something, that steel vibrates on plastic, man. It eats right through it, like right now. I like my manual chokes. But we got a wire underneath the intake now if we wanted to wire in an automatic one, I guess. Are we over there? I gotta look. Oh yeah, we're there. Okay, now I just gotta fill in the rest of it, I guess. Oh, slicer right there. Pull this out of here. Yeah, there. So it blends in with the wires. And it also helps with the vibration. Now what I should do is just run a zip tie on it quick right there. Something. That way it doesn't stand out like that. It looks like that. Let's grab a zip tie. We're gonna do it. Looks cleaner there. There we go. Looks better. God, I can't even tell where the choke cable is. Where is it? Okay. Wow. What we've been watching. Oh yeah. Well, it's good you guys been watching that. Let's hook up this brake light switch wires. What else do I got left here? Horn washer, but I don't have one. This goes to the engine fan relay. I don't have that in. The horn one, though, I can put in. Yeah. Son of a gun. We're getting down there. God, look at that wiring mess. Well, we can zip tie maybe this together, make it look a little better. Just try to do what we can to make this look more glitter. Can't do much. Can't run without it. Gotta have this stuff. So we're gonna be using two little eye connectors on there, ain't we? Okay. This. That up. Now, these wires are reversible on the switch only. So, let's see, we need a shorty screwdriver. Can't see them, so I believe they're Phillips. We need a couple of connectors for that, don't we? Okay, time to pop that out again. Can I use red ones on there? I wonder. Okay, I bet I can't get a red one on the red one. That one's gonna have to be a blue one, I bet. Hey, they both gotta be at least blue. Let's just try it. Yeah, shit. Mm-mm. Beautiful on that one, so let's go with that one. Oh, and I need my crimper, which is my vice grip. Trying to know if this works better than the crimper. Just like downtown. Shrink wrap that sucker up quick. Or shrink it, I guess. Not shrink wrap it. It's a shrink connector. And let's grab a blue one for the other one. A boo one. I want a boo one. People think, oh, you did that so you can't mix them around. Although you can switch them around, it's just a pass-through switch, that's all it is. So they're reversible. When the switch is reversible, I call it a pass-through. It's just it breaks the connection. Come on. There we go. See it's through there. Get my crimper out. Go. Torch that baby up quick. I'm ready to install that. Let that cool. Let's go grab a vice grip to turn screws or a screwdriver. I think we use a screwdriver to turn screws. Where's my shorty? Shorty is out somewhere. Yep, my shorty's out. Just gotta figure out where I got it now. Yeah, I might have to stop and clean again. Regroup. Okay, it's not there. Is my shorty on the table? Oh, come on now. Of course I can't find it because I got too much stuff out. Is it laying on the car? Or is it in the car? I bet it's inside the car here. Oh, I had to use it in here. Where are you, shorty? Huh? Must be on the other side. There you are. There you are, shorty. I found you, shorty. It's the shorty. Little shorty. Hey, don't lose the screws now. Concentrate on what you're doing now. Let's see, what do we got here? We got 2 washers, only one. Only one. Wow, that's smart. I don't know if I got any micro washers laying around. Well, I'm sure I do somewhere. Where is the question though? I'm only with my bolts and nuts and screws, but okay. And that sucker down a little bit. Okay. One. There's 2. Don't lose it. All right. Now, do I want to cover that more, or do I want to just leave it the way it is? Oh. What would be better? Yeah, we could tape it a little bit more, maybe. Yeah, that one as well. We might as well. Well, I got the Hoppization GI Blue. I'm Elvis. I'm Elvis. Oh, little sister, don't you? I like that version. I like that guitar in there. That thing is just wild. That old tube amp is just going nuts. Little sister, don't you? Little sister, don't you kiss me once or twice and tell me that it's nice and then you're wrong. Well, little sister, don't you do what your big sister done. Time I crown little sister, somebody new. Uh-uh, uh-uh. Am I gonna break that eye off? Yeah, you were a little too rough. That might break off. The brake lights don't work someday. Pop the hood and take a look, Dale. You might have a problem. It might be. Might be this. Okay, let's don't try to interrupt them any more than we have to. Let's zip tie this together. Okay, I want to put a zip tie here. Just leave that alone there. Put one. Maybe just put one there. Oh, I pulled the wire out of there. That's the fan relay wire. I go to the imaginary relay I got here. Haven't even wired that in yet. Okay. So fan relay will sit somewhere here. Washer thing here. Should have ordered that. Should have had that here already. So let's just put a zip tie here and one here. Don't zip tie anymore until we know where things are. Little sister, don't you? Bow, 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 bow. Little sister, don't you? Bow, 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 bow. Little sister, don't you? Once or twice and seems very nice and then you're wrong. Very good singing. I sing so good, maybe YouTube might shut the video down, huh? That's okay, baby. Yeah, that's okay. That's okay, baby. Let's see. I wonder if I should put another one there. Well, I should have went underneath that one. Yeah, what the hell? We'll put one here too. Ah, yeah. Might as well. I gotta go get another one. Oh, jeepers creepers. Yeah, let's zip tie that quick, and then that way we got that all done. Yeah, I better put two in here. I'll go get another one. I'll put one right here yet. Starting to look a little better anyway. Doesn't look like a redneck like me put it together now. Now it looks like a Boyd Coddington car. Alright! No, I don't think so. Huh. It's a long ways from that. Long ways, baby. Piece of crap compared to something they would build. Okay. Trim that off without trimming that wire off. Okay. Well, I think that's going to be it for this video. What the heck? 2.5 hour video? Jeez! Been singing too much. I've been singing way. Oh, no, I didn't capture that one. Well, that don't look right. Oh man. So do I cut it? Yeah, cut it. Put another one in there. I'll go get another one. Hey, this could be used for a short one yet. Let's save it. I might need it. Might save us some money. Where the prices are, it's probably worth $5. Gotta have those tariffs, no matter what we do, I guess. Gotta make sure everything's expensive. Nothing can be cheap for the American public. And I don't know why. I feel like he's working for himself, not for us. Us as a country. I was making everything look kind of funny, so. Yeah, there, that looks right now. Take the time, do it right. Or don't do it at all. Well, let's go on a big tour, huh? And then we'll call this video. Oh my God, 2.5 hour video. Unfreaking. That's way too much. Okay, so the battery's got the usual stuff on it. So this horn wire, that just goes underneath there. The horn is mounted underneath the battery tray. And then we got this all zip tied up nicely. Wish I could do something more here though. And here. And here. And over there. Tighten up our battery cable that comes from the alternator. And we got this all done. So, yeah. Ugh. What does that look like on this side? Yeah, well. It ain't the best, but it ain't the worst. But what else am I going to do? What else can a guy do with this? Run them underneath the fender well? And then the moisture of the tires can spit up the rocks and put holes in the wires and make things burn to the ground? I don't know what else. And then here we got... I got the alternator wire tire. I should tighten that down there. And then there's the big fuse. So it'll cut power from this thing. And it comes up. And it goes to the box here. Here, hang on a minute. I wonder if I got some light there. Oh, I don't know if this will work with the camera though. LED light. So anyway, it's all hooked up to the alternator down there. And it comes up. Goes across. Cuts into there. And cuts around. We got everything there all done. So, your line. Now I put it on the choke cable to the wire cover, and that looks a lot nicer too. So if we're gonna be able to do that. Now you can kind of see everything here. Alright guys. I don't know if I'm boring you at all or not, but yeah, you can run that old regulator, even with the GM2 wire alternator, you know, you can run it with that too. Even the generator, I think you can run it with a generator. I'm not sure about that. But yeah. But I know with the GM2 wire one, you can run the Mopar regulator with it. So yeah, there it is. I got some cleanup to do here on aisle 9. And then you can see, look at here. Oh God, it looks like my table exploded. Well, we don't need that on, I don't think. Anyway, please like and subscribe, guys, and I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.